What's up, everybody? It's Death Chat 500. It's also Minion Death Cult. Not to be confused. It's not two different shows. It's a show within a show. So if you're new to us, if you've never actually tuned in or listened to the podcast, we got a nice little sample for you tonight. I had a few extra topics that didn't make it into the main feed and the Patreon and the Death Chat that we had last week. And I thought, why not? Why not fucking give them to the people? I don't know if I can cuss on Twitch. Like, I can't say anti-white slurs on Twitch, right? That's, I think, maybe why Tony isn't here right now. He might have found out that you can't say the C word or the other C words like cave cricket. Hopefully the white devils at Twitch have not discovered that slur. If you're interested in more anti-white slurs, we did read all of them on the show. I think that was a death chat. I think that was like one of the first death chats. There was a list of leaked anti-white college kids, some college group, and we read every single one of them. What's up, Ryan? What's up, Max Overthruster? What's up, Lou? Thanks for joining the show. Everything sounding okay? Everything looking okay? You are my eyes and ears. This is, again, like a totally new experiment. So let me know if anything sounds weird. Okay. I thought I was getting an important text message. It was just pictures of my backyard. That's fine. I enjoy that too. Backyard is beautiful. I got to link this in the Facebook group. bio.site/minion death cult. I think that's it. And then post it on Twitter here. Oh, thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Cool Fresh. What's up, Burke? What's up, Andrew? What's up, Sharkbaits on Twitch? Yeah, thanks for joining. Again, I have no idea where Tony is. He was aware of this time, so we're going to have to do it without him, at least for the time being. I can't just sit here and do nothing. I mean, if people had questions or whatever, I could chat with you, but I think I'm just going to get into the content here. Yeah, Tony just liked the post on Twitter where I said we are live that I just posted right now. I appreciate the enthusiasm, Tony. Perhaps it could be demonstrated in a different way. Perhaps there could be a way we could do even better than liking the Minion Death Cult Facebook post. Okay, well, I don't, maybe he is golfing. Brian says he's definitely golfing. Maybe he's golfing. All right. Yeah, it's fitting that, our second video on Twitch is just going to be me. Just going to be one guy talking to you. All right. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody. I think I wanted to start off with the most revolting topic of the night, if that's okay with everybody. Figure, just get it out of the way. So here we are going to look at a Facebook page's response to Miley Cyrus's virginity or lack thereof. So Daddy of Liberals, quickly becoming one of my favorite Facebook pages. By Daddy of Liberals, they mean like, who's your daddy? Like you're, what do you call it? Like, it's bad that they're your dad. You know what I mean? Like, they're your dad and they're going to do some weird shit to exploit that power dynamic, I think is what Daddy of Liberals implies. And then their profile pic is smash cultural Marxism, of course, you know, just obviously a ripoff of anti-fascist artwork to say, we don't like, you know, we need to form this subversive group of Americans who are against communism. That's cool, man. Yeah, why not start a group against bike lanes? Or, I don't know, against like Paul Thomas Anderson movies or something. Kind of blending into the background radiation, I think. What's up, fucking Bland? What's up, Scooters? Yeah, thanks for joining. Okay, so Daddy of Liberals shared this screenshot of a Unilad article, I guess. You know, Unilad, it's like what, like clickbait, BuzzFeed type shit. But for dudes, for lads. Miley Cyrus admits she lied to ex Liam Hemsworth for nearly 10 years about her virginity. Oh, man. Wow. Wow. Can you think of a worse fate for a man? Can you think of anything worse that has ever happened to a guy than your girlfriend said a different number of how many dicks had been inside of her? I don't know. Maybe I'm old fashioned, but I don't want to know. I don't think that that's something you need to talk about, frankly. It's super weird. Why were you lying for all 10 years? Not because like you should have come clean sooner or whatever. Why was it still relevant 10 years into your relationship? Did it come up frequently? Is that like when you, I don't know, when you had an anniversary dinner or something, did he like mention how special you were because he took your virginity? Because were they ever, I don't even know if they were ever married. Again, I don't really care about this, but I'm glad I get a chance to look at this stuff through the eyes of, I guess this is like Manosphere stuff. I don't know. This guy's just a reactionary. He's just like a borderline, you know, a bog standard anti-left, pretty much anti-everything, I think, guy. But yeah, definitely like men's rights style posting from this guy pretty frequently. And then the sub-headline in Unilad is Miley Cyrus was only a teenager when she and Hemsworth first began dating. So obviously this article like serves serves one function, which is to get you mad, you a red-blooded male, more angry than you've been in a long time. But it does that in two ways. One, by saying, well, she lied. She lied about, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're not a virgin. If you never lie about that. I don't know. You know, the topic of virginity has been discussed at length. I'm not. I am firmly so. Virginity is a social construct that again I don't care about that much. We'll be seeing what they think about virginity here, though. But the other way they try to get you mad is by saying Miley Cyrus was only a teenager when she and Hemsworth first began dating. So you're supposed to be mad because someone else got to fuck her as a teenager besides Liam Hemsworth, right? So you get to be like, oh, well, she was a slut too because she was only a teenager. You know, that's not usually when people have sex for the first time. But yeah, and so the reacts are, you know, laugh react like ha ha ha, you know, that's what you get for believing women in the first place. That's what the laugh react means. I don't know what the like means. The like probably means thanks for this information. The like is probably a cursory engagement point that you, the conscious social media, you know, viewer, the social media interactor, that's how you let the algorithm know. You know how it all works. I got to like this post. If I want to see more from Daddy of Liberals, you got to pay the tax. By the way, yeah, subscribe on Twitch and YouTube. You know, I used to call Twitch Switch, and now I'm calling Twitch Twitter. One day I will eventually call it Twitch, I think. But yeah, if you're watching there, go ahead and please subscribe to us. Yeah, I think you get notifications and stuff if you do that. So we'd appreciate it. And then, of course, the last react here is the crying react. I'm crying. I'm not really crying, but my Facebook avatar, my representation of my soul, well, that's the crying face because Miley Cyrus lied to Liam fucking Hemsworth, man. He's not even the good Hemsworth. You can lie to Liam. Nobody gives a shit. Brandon Reese says good for her, which, yeah, fine. It's like, that's the appropriate response. Sure. And Matthew says gross. And like, it's gross for women to have sex, frankly. And I'm glad Matthew is saying it. Chris says to Brandon, oh, it's good to lie. I'm pretty sure there's a couple rules against it. Chris Swenson also says, I'll take that as a yeah, because I think Brandon laugh reacted at him crying over the lie over Miley Cyrus. So Chris Swenson doesn't waste any time in responding to that laugh react by saying, I'll take that as a yes. I feel sorry for any guy you are screwing. Which is that woke? Is it woke to like acknowledge that maybe you're screwing a dude? Or is it just a standard gay joke? I don't know. It doesn't seem like a standard gay joke if you're expressing sympathy for the sexual partner. That seems like more of a new gay joke. I kind of like that gay joke. And then Chris Swenson again, still responding to himself. Brandon has not replied yet. Says, how many of them are there? Are all 10 of you? Are all 10 on top of you now? I don't know. Maybe this guy deleted comments. I tried to look at all comments to see if I was missing anything. I think Chris is just yelling at thin air here. And he's imagining 10 guys. You're not just gay for one guy. You're gay for 10 of them. And then, yeah, he responds again. So I guessed right. And then he does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Plus another 13 is 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33 crying, laughing emojis. Boy, if you thought this guy was mad, I got 35 reasons he's not. What's up, Nick? What's up, Skate Away the Day? Thanks for paying the subscriber tax. Appreciate you. What's up, Timothy? And then there's one more reaction down here. Martin Tuff says to Brandon again. So the original guy who said it was okay for Miley Cyrus to have had sex. Martin Tuff says, guys, gays like you are looser for sure the day co.es, you will be first to go. So that's like a threat, I guess. Although it would be perhaps more threatening if I felt assured that you like knew which way to point the rifle. I don't know what's going on in this comment. Guys, gays like you are looser for sure. Let me just text Tony and see if he's like definitely not coming. I'm sorry, everybody. I thought he was coming. Okay, I don't know. We'll see. Terry Wise said, "Of course she did. She's a woman." Now, the way Terry is spelled, Terry is already gender neutral, right? Terry here is spelled Terrie, which, does that make it even more gender neutral? Or does that make it more feminine? I'm not sure. But either way, this could be a case of internalized misogyny. Of course she did. She's a woman. Oh, was she breathing? Then yeah, she was lying. Persona Desconocida says, she was passed around by the Hollywood producers before meeting Liam. So here we go. All right, this is, I don't know if you could tell that this is where it was going. So I think conservatives and the right wing, they mostly like the Epstein stuff and the Hollywood sicko stuff because it gives them ammunition to call underage actresses sluts. Honestly, I see more of that consistently than I do see like Epstein mentioned in the abstract. Before that doc came out for the Nickelodeon fucking sex predator industrial complex, it was still common knowledge that these sicko, whatever child agents and sexual predators were highly involved in, children's television programming. And anytime one of them would come out and like say, yeah, I was abused or this happened to me, people would laugh at people on the right wing would just laugh at it. What's up, Tony?
What's up? I'm gonna display the text that you sent me that said 6:30. I'm gonna put that on the screen right now.
It also says 6.
Well, I read 6:30, and I don't read that much, so
See, the thing is we need to be streaming at 6:30 because something's gonna happen at 6:30.
Okay,
but I said in the text we'll start at 6. We will start. You act like
I read. Get out of here. Sorry about that. What's up, everybody? How's everybody?
We thought maybe you were just at the golf course.
I fucking wish.
I was like, look at this dude who liked the tweet where I said we are going live and wasn't in the
it's funny because I saw it and I was like, look at my man posting ahead of schedule. This is great. I love this. No. And I was also like, he didn't clarify at 6:30 in the tweet. Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Dang, Six Squad. What's up, everybody?
Yeah. What's up, Polly? What's up, fucking Bland? What's up, Meta World Greece? Oh, the Antifa. What's up?
What's up, Squad? My first Twitch experience was hanging out with the Antifa a long time ago.
I think my first Twitch experience was Left Flank Vets.
Tight.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it really took me a long time. I had to get all my beverages, so I got my iced coffee, got my Michelob Ultra.
Sick. 2?
LaCroix Mojito.
Oh, 3. There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
So
have you had the mojito yet?
No. Is it
bangs.
good?
It bangs.
I didn't hear great things, but I do like a mojito, so I'm curious.
I like it. But I like some of the weird ones. Sorry, I totally derailed it. It sounded like you were talking about something important. I was gonna barge in, and all you said was but if you were to be abused, and I was like, I'm gonna wait a second. I'm gonna wait for my opening.
Speaking of sexual abuse victims, Tony just joined. No, it wasn't that important. We can segue from Miley Cyrus's virginity to talk about my drink. So I have this is a blood orange generic store brand, like Kroger brand, whatever, blood orange seltzer. Very good.
Nice.
I have the Bud Zero that I haven't opened yet, but that's
nice.
Ice cold for me. And then I just got my water bottle here.
That's what I'm talking about. See, I got to tell you though, once the soda waters come out of the can, they just don't hit for me. Like I hate it when I have one that's not cold and I have to put over ice. And I'm like, it's just not. Maybe straight into the glass, no ice is fine, but over the ice, it just gets watered down immediately. You lose some of the. I don't know what it is.
Interesting. See, I love it on ice, like especially at a show. Fresh from the bar, soda water on ice. Maybe a little lemon.
Even a soda water from the bar is different, but even when I'm at the bar and I get a soda water, I'm like soda water, no ice, so I can get all the soda water.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, Tony, what we're talking about here is a Facebook page got mad that Miley Cyrus lied to her ex-boyfriend about her virginity.
Yeah, because that's probably part of the appeal. He's like, I get that too.
It's like rape. Frankly, if you lie to your boyfriend and tell him that you're a virgin and he has sex with you, you raped him.
I mean,
that's deception. It's deception and it's sick. And we're not prosecuting enough of these monsters.
I'm just saying we need to hold her to the same standards we hold Usher to.
which was
When he gave all those people gonorrhea without telling them.
oh, okay.
And he knew he had it the whole
forgot
time.
about that. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Should you that? So you still, I guess, want to fuck even though you have gonorrhea? Isn't like weird stuff happening with your stuff if you have that? That would,
yeah,
like,
you would think so, right?
I would maybe feel a little unsexy. I don't know. I'm not trying to shame anybody with gonorrhea.
No,
here,
just Usher.
But you know,
we're just shaming Usher with. I don't know. I think there's levels. I think there's levels to this shit, as they would say.
Meta World Grease says she wanted the best of both worlds. Yeah, she wants to have her cake and eat it too. You know, she wants to be desired for purity while being an evil enchantress at heart.
You know what? This happened to me. I was in a long-term relationship where the person told me that was the deal, and I didn't care at all. But they told me, and they also insisted that they did. And I didn't. Again, I didn't care. I don't know why
they were a virgin.
That they were. Yeah, I don't know why they would say that. And then I would find out much later on that it wasn't true. But it's just so weird. It's just a weird thing to tell someone, because I'm like, I don't know. We're all adults here, you know. I don't know why you're making this weird. That's not a factor for me.
It's just weird because as a teenager or a young man, you know, you should be if you have, you know, sexual urges or whatever, yeah, sure, act on them safely or whatever. Are you really concerned about the virginity of the girl you're trying to have sex with as an 18-year-old or as whatever, a 16 or 17-year-old? No, probably not, right?
Well, no, because the thing is, if I, you know, I'm the reason she's not a virgin anymore, that means I also now take on part of the family's land. And I have to worry about, you know, the hierarchy of what does this mean for, you know, for the family's future and all those things, you know, and also, you know, that's straight to hell.
Okay, so what you're saying applies to the second half of what I was going to say. I don't think, you know, I know you're making a joke, but I don't think as a teenager, you're really thinking about property, right? You're thinking about draining the venom that has been coursing through your veins for the last 8 years, or you know, 6 whatever years. However, is that who's mad at Miley Cyrus for losing? Is it the 16 or 17-year-olds? No, I don't think so. I think
the
it
weirdos.
Is the adult men. It's the adult
fantasizing
men.
Of the idea.
And again, if you're an adult man, you know, there's, I guess, a chance. I don't know what the statistics are, right? But if you're you know, in your 20s or something, it's a chance you've had sex already. You know, is it still that precious to you? Is it still that I don't know. You have to have this weird sort of maturity about life, you know, at least age-wise, but then also such an immaturity about sexual relations. It's a very strange, you have a Disney fantasy version of sexual relations that is infantile to some degree.
Absolutely. Yeah. I didn't see the bottom part of this headline. So because I was what's the timeline? Because I thought Miley Cyrus's whole thing was that she's kind of slutty, kind of fun. That was her whole party thing. But so was he dating her when she was a teenager? When she was, did Chris Hemsworth groom her? Is that what I'm reading here? Or
this is Liam.
Liam Hemsworth? I don't know the difference.
They're the same age, dude. I don't.
Okay, cool.
Liam is not significantly older than Miley.
Okay.
They're both our age, somewhere around that. Maybe he was a few years older than her or something. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't say he was a teenager. So yeah, that is an interesting implication.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm that's kind of the more important part of this story.
Yeah, so Persona makes the first sort of dunk. She was passed around by the Hollywood producers before Liam. You're talking about the rape of a child.
Yeah, they're
That's
making
what you're
it seem
talking about.
Yeah, they're owning her with that instead of realizing how bad that is.
And it's just, I mean, it's maybe sounds reductive to say, it just seems like you're mad you weren't one of the Hollywood producers.
Yeah.
That is because you got 24 likes on this. It's not even I don't know, not even laughs or light or loves or it's just like, yep, that's it. You can't get with any of these little starlets. They've already been used up. They've already been spent.
Fucking Bland says he was 19, she was 17.
Okay, so he was a teenager too. Where's his culpability being a slut at 19?
Yeah, I bet you he did the awesome. The opposite, not the awesome. I bet he did the opposite, where he was like, "I've been smashing a lot. I've had so much sex.
Yeah,
it's hard. I've lost count of how much sex I've had."
That's why I know it's not right for you to have sex with other people besides me.
Yeah,
I know how damaging it can be to a young person's mind and body.
Yeah.
Tarquin says, only have to look at her to know that was never true. Was probably a kid.
Oh.
Again, like I said this, I think before you came on the episode, Tony, but it does seem like the right wing is obsessed with like these like not even sex, but like abuse scandals in Hollywood and yada yada, and Epstein and all that, just so they can have a new way to make fun of women.
Yeah.
That is honestly what it seems like. Like, only have to look at her to know she was raped as a child. What are you talking about?
And then painting the problem that she's the problem, not these adult Hollywood producers are not the problem. She's the problem still.
Well, they're clearly focusing their ire on her.
So gross.
Yeah, it's very odd. It's like, this is why we need to protect children so women don't grow up to be sluts.
Yeah. So that's so ridiculous.
That is okay. Charles McCoy says, I heard she lost it to Billy Ray.
What the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm twisted. Sorry. I have a twisted sense of humor if you can't take a joke about I can't even say it.
Yeah.
I can't even describe the joke. I've said enough bad words already. Oh man. It's just a joke, Tony. Sorry, that's where my mind goes.
It's a weird joke. And I like that, like, I'm glad he put the crying laughing emoji in there so we know that it is a joke and not like a conspiracy. It's just that. What's wrong with you, Charles McCoy? Like, you're disgusting.
Moni says normal thing women would do, but he censored women. He did W apostrophe men. Very funny. Do you think he's like? Do you think this is like a sign of disrespect that he's trying to do?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, not giving him full credit.
Justin says, breaking water is wet. Women be lying.
These dudes that are like, listen, women are always lying. In my experience, women are always, it's like, so what's your life, bro? What's going on there? You know, what are you doing? What are you doing?
They're always saying they work somewhere they don't work. They're always saying they like to go to a bar and they're never there.
They're never, yeah. The wrong number all the time. God. She told me she was 6'2", but she was really 5'9".
It's a deal breaker. I'm sorry. That's a huge red flag. And KG Reeves says, quote, space, we know, ... and there's no end quote there. And then he's posted a meme, and it's a statue honoring those brave men and women who are offended by syrup books and cartoons. And yeah, it's like I don't think it's real, but it's like a bronze statue of a crying baby marching somewhere, you know, like pouting. I don't know why it's. I mean, I know why it's here because that's like how this guy thinks. That's how this guy's brain works. Like one dipshit boomer meme fires, and then it connects to another dipshit boomer meme, and they might not be at all related. Like in this case, you're offended about like who a celebrity is having sex with, man.
Yeah, like you're in a comment section and people mad about a teenage girl, and you're the one like, oh, the brave men who mad about syrup and books and cartoons, and it's like, well, actually, I don't know, because like they are the ones who are mad about syrup, books, and cartoons. They were mad. They were mad. They were mad that those things changed because those things weren't changed out of people being mad.
Well, they think that though. That's what they tell themselves, so that they're not the ones who are mad. It's everybody else who got mad, and we're just laughing. We're laughing at how fucking crazy they are. And sure, part of that laughing entails keeping my 20-year-old Aunt Jemima syrup bottle that I can refill with the store brand, and because I refuse to support Pearl Milling Company after what they did to that beautiful black woman. But I'm just laughing. I'm just laughing about it all.
Lolling it up.
It's just funny to me,
I identify as a rafflecopter.
Wesley says it's easier to find a 4-leaf clover than any virgin. This is a perverse world. I've been looking. Believe me, I have been looking. You can't find them.
So, what's wrong with y'all? Like, why are you guys looking for virgins? That's so weird.
It doesn't matter, Tony, because you won't find them.
Nope. Very rare. Like a 4-leaf clover. Fuck off.
Dick Skinner, whose avatar is the Big Lebowski. It's a Big Lebowski meme. I didn't save the image. I'm trying to read it. It says, "Is it just me, or do idiots something quicker than something else? Multiply quicker than rabbits." I don't know. Yeah. So Lebowski. Picture it's the dude saying this. He says, "I'm sure he knew."
Totally. Yeah, and then what's this article about? Like what? If you remove, then no harm, no foul. Then why are we here?
Well, because Tony, even if because believe me, ladies, men know. All right.
Yeah.
We can tell. You ladies think that we can't tell when you're not a virgin. We can tell.
Yeah. I knew because when we did finally have sex, I wasn't covered in a pool of blood, and a ray of sunshine didn't explode from her vagina. I thought that's what's supposed to happen when you have sex with a virgin. So I was like, hold on, something's not right here.
It's so funny, that idea of you got to pop the cherry, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you want to see. You want to see the blood. I don't know. I don't think I don't, obviously with the age I'm at now, it's probably fairly inappropriate for me to be having sex with most virgins. But even still, what's the what's the supposed upside, right? They're probably pretty bad at sex to be fair.
Yeah, absolutely.
And no offense if you're a virgin, there's always time to learn and all that. But I've had sex with women who bled and weren't virgins.
Yeah,
because bodies are weird
because they're humans.
Stuff, and of course I immediately kicked her out because that's gross.
Well, it just sucks that you had to set your mattress on fire. That's the worst part.
No, she's a lovely person. We're still friends. She was mortified by it, but it's okay. I swear to God, I did not care. I did not judge her by it at all. But I'm sure he knew. We could tell. People were posting photos of this is a hot dog down a hallway. Yeah, he didn't know she wasn't a virgin.
Dumbest thing ever.
Oh yeah, here it is. Miley Cyrus at the gynecologist, and it's the meme from the Shawshank Redemption of them looking into the hole that Andy Dufresne carved in the side of his
so fucking
jail
stupid
cell. It's so it's got 10 laugh reacts. Making fun of people whipping these Miley Cyrus memes out it's insane to me. And then right below it, Dean Curley has a meme of Billy Ray Cyrus, Miley Cyrus's dad, impact font. I should have pulled out.
If I would have known that my kid was gonna one day not be a virgin, I just would have never had a kid. Disgusting.
How much richer is Billy Ray Cyrus because of Miley?
I think it helped out. I think he's even richer because of Lil Nas X. But I think I think that she did help. I like the whole thing. There's no between virgin and gaping whore.
Yeah.
There's no there's no in between. There's that's just how it works. That's also just now how bodies work. And it makes you wonder, have these people had healthy sex Probably not. Probably not healthy sex.
So I don't think that these memes are a response to the Unilad story, right? They're using them as a response. They're posting them in the comments. This is just somebody who's like, she was naked in a music video, so she's run through. That's like why this meme exists, because she's a pop star.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, well, yeah, she's a slut. And if she's not a willing slut, well, she was probably slutted out by the producers when she was
wild.
underage. So either way, she's bad. She's bad news, folks. But yeah, phenomenal to still have, like, this isn't even pixelated.
Yeah.
Like it is
a quality image.
Like it's new to some degree. Like I don't think it's a response to the Unilag, because this is from Liberty Pill at Liberty Pill meme. But it's like a new Miley Cyrus meme. Who is mad at Miley Cyrus now?
Yeah, she's like not even really in the zeitgeist like that. She hasn't had like music in a while. Like she's not really like. Aren't there like new sluts that we can, you know?
I bet there are. And they've probably also been abused, those whores.
Jesus.
Yeah, no, I think it's like how when you hit a certain age, your tastes freeze in time. And it's the same thing for what you hate. It's the same thing for like who your enemies are. So yeah, there's probably a ton of 45-year-olds still posting Justin Bieber memes.
Yeah, still mad about that.
Just frozen in amber because, yeah, they had 2 kids during 2008 and they haven't like updated their celebrity knowledge since then.
This one's funny too because like Dean Curley, who posted this, I don't know, I'm presuming his profile picture, he looks like an older man. I wonder if he like has kids. You know, like, you know. I'm assuming maybe this guy has some kids. I don't know.
Yeah, this is the face of a father. This is the face of an upstanding, righteous man.
He like stopped talking to his like his daughters after they went to college because he just knew they were gonna have sex, and he's like, nope, no long, you can't come home anymore.
Yeah,
he sends them this meme, but hits his face on it.
He found her like promise ring under her childhood bed's pillow, and she left. He's like, my God.
He sent her like a T-shirt of him and her at their promise ceremony, and he's like, "You have to wear this now every day in college to let people know what's up."
And then the last stuff here, Derek Stamper says she's been slobbing on knobs since she was 11.
Why are you saying that? What is the fuck?
Three laugh reacts, and then Larry Faulkner, just says skank. Simplifies it, but yeah, this is I think a good summation of modern.
Jesus.
Of modern conservatives. Wow, there's groomers everywhere, and fuck those sluts that they groomed.
It's funny because this kind of shows like the whole incel meme culture is like not actually something new. They just figured out a different format for it. Like these guys are doing the same thing, just doing the whole like women are sluts, like they're gross. They were born that way, and like that no one's pure anymore. It's the same thing. Just they don't have the internet background to do it quite at the same level. It's so fucking gross.
Bizarre what people are able to like post or like are willing to post in public.
Three laugh reacts to slobbing knobs since she was 11.
So enough of that. Thank you for bearing witness to that, folks. Got something a little more pleasant, I think, right here, and that is Libertarian Facebook freaking out because the guy who won the Libertarian presidential candidacy is like a left libertarian.
Hell yeah.
He is like a pro-vax, pro-masking, pro-trans, open borders, and I think he's gay too. I think he's also gay.
Well, he sounds pretty gay. Everything you said was pretty gay.
Yeah, I should pull up his name here, just to give him credit.
I should have peed before I barged in here. I'll be right back.
Okay, yeah, this is what's his name? Chase Oliver is the guy's name. I would probably never vote Libertarian, just to be honest. But this guy's probably the best president. I mean, like, I don't know. Because if you're like even a left libertarian, you still like believe in what, deregulation? You still believe in like unfettered capitalism? I don't know. You know, I know I'm familiar with like anarchism and like that sort of libertarianism, I guess. But yeah, somebody running on the Libertarian Party national ticket. No, I don't think I would appreciate what they want to do to our economy, what they want to further do to our economy. But this is a page, Pedro the Penguin Who Strayed, who is one of the pages I follow. He's like a based right-wing penguin. I don't know the origin of Pedro the Penguin Who Strayed. I think he strayed off of the leftist penguin plantation. I think that's where he strayed from. What do you think, Tony? Where do you think Pedro the Penguin because I don't know his origin story.
Oh, you don't know about Pedro the Penguin?
Oh, I followed him, but I don't know about his. Let me see if he has a.
What an adorable looking penguin too. It's a really cute illustration of a penguin. Pedro the Penguin Who Strayed.
Veteran operated. I was one of the more famous penguins. We fight PTSD and depression with dark humor. Oh, okay.
Ooh, maybe we want to walk that one back. I didn't realize that's what was happening here. Like what was that like is that like a thing? Like a penguin's like a vet's PTSD thing?
I don't know. Was he part of what was the message board website where people had like little penguin avatars?
Wasn't it called like Penguin Club?
Yeah. That's probably it. Like, is that where he's from? Is he from?
He's from Penguin Club,
the fucking precursor to Tumblr or whatever.
The kids thing, like where you'd have a little penguin avatar and go around and meet people. I guess.
Yeah, he's like, I was one of the more edgy penguins.
That's
Let's
so
just
funny.
Face it. But yeah, so he shared a Rick and Morty meme. And it's Morty burying his other self in a very famous episode of Rick and Morty.
Yeah, actually, I got this one, so I was like, "Yeah, I know this one."
I guess I don't know what it's just like. It's meant to express that libertarians are upset with the Libertarian Party, or they want to maybe kill it and bury it or something. But that's like not what like the Libertarian Party voted for Chase Oliver. So I guess that's the act of burying the Libertarian Party. That's what's happening here. I guess is yeah. Okay.
I wonder if there's a lot of like
not a good meme.
I wonder if there's a lot of like there was a false understanding that the Libertarian Party is a party and not just like buying a series of bumper stickers. Do you know what I mean? Like I think they were like, oh shit, there was actual like an election I could have taken part in. Do you think there's some of that?
Well,
I feel like lots of the libertarians I know don't actually participate in like electoral anything.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's a good question. I think of libertarian like party affiliated libertarians, like registered libertarians, as among the more annoying politically oriented people. Like there's just not a lot of them. On top of that, there are a shit ton of Republicans who just pretended to be libertarian, who just called themselves libertarians because they were embarrassed about Trump and, evangelicalism, or like, their parties just working hand in glove with, some of the most awful corporations in the world. And this is obviously exposed a lot of them. Like I saw this meme, and it's Darth Vader. It says, "Looking back when you were a libertarian in 2015, he was weak, so I destroyed him."
So you destroyed the old libertarian of you who was weak?
Yes, because
before 2016.
What we're looking at, so there was a whatever right wing to like, I don't know if you'd call it right wing, but there was like a movement towards libertarianism probably pushed along by like the Tea Party. Like there's probably a lot of crossover between libertarian types and Tea Party types, even though those guys were like neocons. Then there was obviously the libertarian to fascism pipeline that we've seen happen since then. So that is what you're looking at, Tony, is you're looking at the fascist bragging about destroying the libertarian. Interesting
illustration of Darth Vader too. This is like a comic rendition of him. It's not like the traditional Vader. It's a bit different. Interesting.
No, it's from like Clone Wars, or it's from one of the animated series. I believe.
It's not. I would recognize that. It's a whole different thing. It's a different thing.
Do you watch both? There's 2 animated.
Yes, I watched both.
What's the second one called?
I've watched all the Star Wars animated things.
Rogue Squadron. What is it called?
Oh, Bad Batch.
Yeah. That's what he looks like in Bad Batch.
It's not what the illustration. It's not what the animation looks like in Bad Batch.
Yeah, it looks like an alternative.
It's from Rebels. Comrade Fraud says it's from Rebels.
Yeah, an animated Star.
Sure.
Why do you pride yourself on having seen all the anime? Why is that something you're trying to will?
I just don't recognize because I like them. They're not bad.
I know, but like you haven't seen them all. Why haven't you watched Rebels? Huh?
I don't know. I guess not. I guess I'm a poser. I am a poser. It's okay. Everyone knows I'm a poser. It's not a secret.
You know I'm a poser for Star Wars cartoons? Who cares?
Well, I am now. Let me take the L. Can I just take the L?
Sure. Yeah. He's what? Wow. Fucking fair weather fan. Don't even know. Hipster. Only liking the Star Wars cartoons because they're cool.
Totally.
Wait.
I also kind of just knew that if I was wrong, I was immediately going to get called out in the chat, which is exactly what happened, and I respect that. Thank you. We have real ones. That's all it is.
I just recognized it because I don't like this style of CGI style of animation. It's fine if you like it. I'm not.
Oh, whatever. It's just like pixelated, huh? That's why I'm thinking this just looks bad. It does look bad. It's bad.
They tried to like put. It looks like they put like film grain on it or something. But yeah. So then Pedro elaborates to add reference. The Libertarian Party just nominated a far left communist Antifa open borders member for president. It's almost as if they can't read the room at all.
They're the one that can't read the room.
We're bad people. What are you doing? We don't like immigrants. We don't like gay people. We don't like medicine.
It's so funny. Also, the guy who won the presidential nomination, he's the communist.
Yeah,
he's the communist. Also, are you supposed to be able to suss it out before it gets that far?
I fucking wish. I wish you were. But the thing is like, you know, I don't know. Like traditional libertarianism does overlap a lot with like libertarian was originally meant a leftist. It was coined as a leftist term to like liberate yourself from the shackles of capitalism, because how much freedom can you actually have? How much liberty are you actually afforded when you're required to sell your labor like what's the word, at the will of an employer? Like, so this whole class of people gets to decide whether I get to eat or not. That's not very liberating, right?
No.
So it makes sense that, like, yeah, part of libertarianism is being, or could be at least, being free of like oppressive capital. But again, I don't know, if you're libertarian, like, how do you prevent capital from accumulating? Like, I don't understand it. But anyway, Justin Cole says, well, I don't think you know about what the Libertarian Party is truly about. Lately, there's been many MAGA far-right people calling themselves libertarians because they don't want to associate with the GOP, but they're still just GOP people to the core and values. Besides open borders or small government, you have to have a big government and big government intervention to have borders, just like you need taxes for roads, infrastructure, etc. It's why the ideology of the modern libertarians makes zero sense. So this guy's not an actual libertarian, but he is explaining, I think, fairly correctly how libertarianism, how small government would relate to gay rights or abortion rights or, you know, migration rights. It's so funny that you as like whatever an active political person, you're like, well, I like small government except for killing brown people.
Yeah.
Like the fact that you're willing to say, like, that's where we actually need government, is to kill people desperately trying to seek shelter or work or whatever.
I mean, we do need some sort of infrastructure to like, enact our racism. It's important. That's just the reality of the system we live in. You got to live within the system we operate within the system we live in currently. So you need the infrastructure for that.
Ryan Wall O'Mara says, I literally switched from R to L when Trump was nominated. Now I'll be voting for him. Palm face emoji. Did you? Dude. Yeah. Sorry. You got, you dumbass.
Did you really not vote for him the last couple times?
Probably not. Probably not. I mean, he fucking lost, True. It's so funny. Yeah, you're right to cover your face in shame. You should be embarrassed. Trump is no better than 2016. In fact, he's worse. In fact, he's older.
Yeah.
In fact, he's more of a joke. He's less of himself now. It's very embarrassing. I'm not saying you have to vote for Biden or whatever, but yeah, this is embarrassing. So like this is one of the groups that I'm in, Libertarian Candidates Meme Stash or Meme Warfare. I can't remember what the full group is called. But yeah, people do post like anti-corporate and anti-capitalist stuff in here. Like this, Ikmail shared a post that says corporations should not be allowed to purchase residential property. And this has 331 likes and loves in the Libertarian Candidates meme group. And there are some principled libertarians. Now, I don't know if this is like libertarian. A corporation should not be allowed to purchase residential property. Like that sounds like regulations. That sounds like banning the free flow of capital in specific cases. Yeah. So it's certainly not like an anarcho-capitalist politics.
Real quick, did you notice the flood of flubs in the chat right now?
Oh, whoa! What's up, everybody?
So all the flubs in the chat.
I think we just got raided. I think we just got hacked, Tony.
Yeah, what's up to the our guys fan called guys brackets ungendered?
Yeah, guys parentheses non-binary.
The
word is non-binary. Not all the guys are non-binary, but some of them are. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Minion Death Cult. We're doing a segment here about the libertarian outrage at the fact that a left libertarian won their presidential nomination. If you're not familiar with the show, we talk about politics and current events through the most stable lens possible, of which, of course, I mean the comment section on Facebook. So thank you for joining. We just started this segment on the Libertarian Candidate, and we'll be moving to the Conservative Goths Facebook group after this. Go ahead and subscribe on Twitch, please. We're new to Twitch. We need all the help we can get. If you could sub to us, that would be fantastic. Back to the show here. Madeline Goda in the Libertarian Candidates Meme Army.
Wait, we didn't really go into that last one.
I don't really care. It's good. I don't know.
Cool.
I'm not trying to.
I didn't read it at all.
I don't think this is a libertarian proposition, but I'm glad people liked it. I'm glad, if we can find common cause with libertarians to dismantle BlackRock or Blackstone, whatever it's called, and other, huge real estate entities, then yeah, I'm fine with that.
Let's fucking do it. Yeah.
Madeline. Yeah. So the full Facebook group is Libertarian Candidates Meme Army. Sorry, I have to be part of some of these groups for the show, so I'm just apologizing. Yeah. Like, if this is your first impression of me, please don't judge me on being a member of the Libertarian Candidates Meme Army. It's strictly for business.
Yeah.
Madeline Gude says, I'm a 46-year-old post-operative trans woman, and I'm racially and politically far right.
Wait, whoa, hold on. What's racially far right mean? Does that?
It means she's got.
Does that just mean really white?
It means she's got an umlaut in her last name, Tony. That's what it means.
Listen. I'm fiscally conservative, but I'm racially far right.
Yeah. No, I think this does describe a lot of modern libertarians. A trans woman who's racially and politically far right.
Oh, yeah.
Just somebody whose brain was scrambled because maybe they were a conservative and they were a conservative trans person and everybody just fucking hated them. So, well, I guess I'm fucking fascist now. Thanks a lot,
Look
everybody.
what you made me do. Look what you made me do. I'm here now.
Israel and Palestine
Brutal.
don't matter, and they shouldn't, especially to white Europeans. White lives should matter first and foremost to other white Europeans. No one cares if we live or die in return. I'm willing to vote for your candidates if they publicly advocate for white Europeans. Closing of Europe's... It's an American party. What are you doing here?
That's not libertarian. You're not supposed to say that part out loud as a libertarian. What are you doing?
Confronting demographic replacement of white Europeans and bringing back freedom of association. That's true liberty, is when I get to tell other people they can't associate with. When I get to tell other people they can't live around me.
Yeah, that's the way to go. Also, like, someone should tell her that most people are seeing Israel as white. I think that's kind of the whole thing. Maybe someone should send her Michael Rappaport.
That is part of it. People should be able to live wherever they want and keep out who they don't. Okay.
Okay.
Integration should have been voluntary. It should have been voluntary on both sides. You know what? But I mean, it's like the whites decided they didn't want it and we forced it on them, and look what happened.
Oh, white American, you're saying integration should have been voluntary? Big news for Black America. Big news for us. Jesus Christ.
So that was just kind of like a rant. That's not really on our topic at hand, but I did find it's
a bummer. It's a bummer.
Jason says, who even is the libertarian candidate for this year? Is it just me, or is no one even seeing presidential ads? You know, those common libertarian presidential ads that we normally see every 4 years. They've been
all the time
surprisingly absent. Libertarian candidates, like the admin, but it's also a page, says it was decided 3 days ago. Chase Oliver, libertarian, has been campaigning for a couple of years, visiting every state. But then Tim chimes in and says, you're not missing anything. He's not a libertarian. He wants authoritarianism just from corporations instead of the corporation of the U.S. Now, if you came in late, the candidate is like literally an open borders leftist. I think he's openly gay. He's pro-trans. And so
pro-vax mask.
That translates to pro-corporate. I love like being a Republican, calling yourself a libertarian, and being like the open border guy. He's a simp for corporations.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Antifa said maybe we should vote for him. Maybe he's our third party candidate.
I already said I think I'll never vote for a libertarian, but everybody's free to do what they want. But this is how like you launder your self-image. You're like somebody, I don't know. Corporations are bad. So you're so the guy who's like gay, you're like, yeah, that's just corporatism. It's not called being gay. It's called crony capitalism.
And unfortunately for Chase, this conversation is happening in June. So I do understand how they're like, oh, he's gay. He must be a corporate shill.
Oh yeah.
Because all these corporations are, capping for him.
Right. Oh, you agree with corporations about everything. Like the idea that gay people should get to buy products. No thanks.
Yeah.
Brandon says it's a former Democrat, which isn't surprising considering most of the, quote, libertarians now are just liberals who are butthurt over Sanders getting screwed over. I don't know if you could find a more incorrect political take. I don't like anybody who's mad at Bernie Sanders getting screwed over is probably more likely a communist now.
Mm-hmm.
And was probably like holding their nose to vote for a Democrat in the first place.
Absolutely.
I mean, he was really popular. He was popular among Democrats and Republicans. But yeah, the idea that there was some like mass exodus of Democrats over to libertarians is very funny. Julian Pierce says, nearly every libertarian I've met is a former Republican or Democrat. In my experience, it's pretty rare that someone's first party is the Libertarian Party. So that's like a very like politically correct way of saying it. They're either Republican or Democrat. They were just mostly Republican. But in my experience, it's pretty rare that somebody's a lifelong member of the Libertarian Party. And then Brandon says, we'll call that anecdotal evidence then. Either that, you're just as new as the liberals who ruined the Libertarian Party.
Also, just like Glyph Notes points out, if you want to grow any party, it's going to have to grow from other parties. Like that's the only way. Like that's not a knock saying that they all used to be people came from other parties. That's not like a knock. It's not a bad thing, but they're treating it like no. Some of us were down from the jump.
I think you're supposed to want people to join your party. I think that's
exactly.
That's how a party
good thing.
works. But I love Julian or Julian saying every libertarian I've met is a former. The original guy said it's all the liberals. All the libertarians are just liberals. And Julian's, well, I've met both. And then Brandon is, that's anecdotal evidence. What I've been collecting is objectively measured, controlled data on the Facebook profiles I've been lurking in this Facebook group. And then,
in theory, libertarian data should be the most difficult to collect.
And then immediately, Julian found receipts of Brandon calling himself a Republican, saying to vote Republican. And Brandon says, "Oh, why don't you show the rest of that post?" Which I guess was going to vindicate him somehow for being a Republican.
What do you think he was referring to when he said, "Hey, ladies, all you have to do is vote Republican and it'll stop"? What is the thing that women are going through that Republicans are going to help? Well, I guess abortion rights did get rolled back under a Democrat.
It's probably,
but I don't. It's like what?
It's probably trans stuff. It's probably anti-trans stuff.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
That's when the right wing pretends to care about women. Is when there's a trans swimmer. The Libertarian Party, how it started, and it's Mel Gibson from The Patriot on the left, a famous libertarian movie.
Yes.
How it's going, and it's Chase Oliver on the right with the rainbow, the Pride Don't Tread on Me flag, wearing a Pride campaign shirt. It's a Chase Oliver campaign shirt, but it has rainbow sleeves, or maybe he's wearing like a coat on top of it. I can't tell, but he's got fucking rainbows on, Tony. Insane.
I can't believe they did that. I can't believe they did that to that flag. They took that's the same one. That's the same flag that Mel Gibson's carrying on the left. That's the same. They took it and they destroyed it to make the other one.
Sickening.
I also like how it started. A movie with like a movie with a fake thing happening that's like not real, and then how it's going. A real person who's actually campaigning and actually trying to like do something with your party and actually did do something with your party. It's like boo, downgrade. There goes the fantasy.
Oh yeah, somebody asked, is Chase from Georgia? Yeah, I think he's the one who forced the runoff on the Georgia Senate election between that kid's dad, that gay black conservative influencer's dad.
Oh yeah,
remember that? What was that guy's?
Isn't that so funny?
Name?
That's how we remember. We remember it as his dad.
Yeah, the like ex-football player.
Yeah,
I think that was
Christian Walker's dad. Thank
Walker's dad. Yeah, Herschel Walker.
Thank you.
I think Chase like split the vote and forced a runoff during that election. But I just like we're the Libertarian Party. We believe in freedom, and it's like if you said you were like touting freedom, I think one of the biggest things I would be like, well, like sexual freedom, you mean, right? Like you're not going to get weird and Christian about like sex stuff. And they're like, oh no.
Oh, you want to bring the government into that?
We're super Christian about sex stuff, actually. That's the one thing in the Libertarian Party, we can all agree on.
That's actually what we want cops doing. We want cops. If the only purpose cops should serve is to come at your house at night and make sure you're not doing any gay stuff.
Another meme. Yeah, here's what we wanted. We wanted the epic Reddit libertarian, the Argentinian president Javier Milei. But instead, we got just a guy with a mask, and again, he's wearing the gay Libertarian Party shirt, the hedgehog, which is the symbol for the Libertarian Party, but it's rainbow colored. And there's, let's just do that right now. So Libertarian candidates Facebook page, who has 140,000 followers on Facebook, changed its avatar for Pride, changed its profile pic to the gay hedgehog, and it's got laugh reacts. That's the top reaction, just laugh reacts. So,
and this like in theory, this is such a basic libertarian thing. Is like mind your business should be such an easy thing for them to do. But like you said, because they don't really believe what the title is anymore. They don't believe that anymore. They just, like you said, they're just people who are upset about how MAGA turned out.
They're like fucking, what? God, I forgot the guy's name. The Ron Swanson Reddit libertarians. All these guys, like, they're libertarians in the sense that they post I'm forgetting the name of the fucking website, but they post like animation of a velociraptor holding AK-47s and an American flag. That's what kind of a libertarian they are. Jeffrey West says, you want a guy that imprisons protesters and threatens the freedom of the press instead of a guy that pushes for equal and personal responsibilities. Yeah, we should say, this guy on the left, Javier, did just recently round up and arrest a bunch of protesters who are protesting the pretty bad conditions in Argentina right now. And people just laugh. People just laugh at that. We don't actually care about protests, working class people being rounded up. We like that. As a matter of fact, that's why we like the guy.
Are we going to start using Argentina against libertarians like they use Venezuela against communists?
You could. Argentina's been in a bad state for a while now. So I don't, you can dunk on them for what state they're currently in. I don't know how much you can pin that on Javier there, but go for it, I'd say. Juan Maney replies, he has some good points for sure, but it appears he doesn't have enough of a backbone to handle it. On paper, he looks good. Need to see some fire in his eyes. So this is the guy who posted the meme about how, look at this gay guy that we got for president. Doesn't he suck ass?
Yeah.
And then someone's like, oh, he's actually got good policies. And then the guy's like, oh, yeah, I guess I've actually just looked at him. Okay, yeah, sure. He looks good on paper. However, I need to see some straightness in his eyes. That's
what fire means, right?
I need to see him show some backbone, by which I mean stand vertically straight. No, like, listing to the side, if you catch my drift.
Which, like, honestly, a very, like, not just gay, but also like presenting a lot, wearing rainbows a lot to this party, to these people in Florida. Those are some pretty fiery eyes. It's a pretty bold move. You got to be pretty. You got to have some. You got to have some some tenacity to get away with that. So it's like that. What do you want? What do you want from this guy?
Short Shine says, didn't they have to vote for their candidate? Yes. This is who the Libertarians picked. He won. So yeah, they're just crying. They're crying openly about it. Like this guy, Nick Sorter. This has 500,000 views on Twitter. The Libertarians just nominated Chase Oliver, who has publicly called for transing children, mask and vax mandates, men and women's sports, open borders. And that's just what he's been calling for under Biden. What a joke. This guy's not getting anywhere close to 3%. And yeah, it's got some Chase Oliver tweets here. Happy that kids with cancer and others can get the health care they need. I'm disappointed that a legislature decided to limit therapies and care specifically for young people who may be trans or non-binary. Another tweet. It seems Georgia is poised to become another state which finds trans kids playing school sports to be important enough to rise to the need for legislation. It's targeting a small community for political points. It's a shame and will harm the small number of trans athletes. And then the last one here, the best way to export liberty is with an open border. Let money and people and goods move freely and let markets and people flourish. Border control
Chase.
In its current form is central planning that doesn't work. Hashtag abolish ICE. So again, like, this is all like fantastic stuff. Like,
Yeah.
it looks better than a lot of other platforms that I've seen. However, just again, like, let markets flourish. Not into that idea. Let money move freely. Not into that idea. But yeah, sure, abolishing ICE, absolutely.
Yeah, it's. I always you should do, if you have, you know, your alt in this one, you should do a post. It's like, hey guys, imagine what we can get done if we weren't so obsessed with trans people. Imagine what we can accomplish if we like just remove the bandwidth that our fear of trans people is taking up. We might be able to get some shit done. Because like two out of the 4 points they made were anti-trans points.
Yeah, I mean, can you put a price on your own children's gender, Tony?
Can I put no? But the people in the Miley Cyrus comment section probably can.
A dad's daughter's gender is priceless. Don't you dare. We need to start selling like promise rings, but for promise to keep your gender.
Someone's going to respond to that. Absolutely, I can give a price for that. What's the average price of a wedding? How much does a wedding cost when I marry her off? That's how much. That's the price of a gender, and it's expensive. Yeah. So I gotta fight for it now.
Did you hear what I said about the gender promise ring?
No, somehow I missed that. Sorry.
Oh, okay, I'm going to give my son or daughter, because gender, there's both of them. So I'd feel totally comfortable giving my son a gender promise, you know, making my son get a gender to promise he will keep his gender until marriage. And then when you get married, you can change your
do whatever
gender.
You want.
Yeah. This next meme is pretty good. Libertarian Party nominates Chase Oliver. Most libertarians. And then it's the porn meme of the woman saying, "You're going to make me come," or squirt, or whatever the normal meme is. "You're going to make me," bottom text, "make America great again."
That's so I love how they use it as like a verb. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to make America great again. And it's like, well, if that's the thing that could be done, didn't it happen?
I just love, like, well, I'm a libertarian through and through, but you nominated the candidate I don't like, so I'm going to completely adopt the aesthetic of the Republicans now. I have some questions for you. I don't think this is I don't think this is natural.
Also, "you're gonna make me MAGA" is way better. Like, spelling it out is kind of funny.
Was this guy's name Ricky from Trailer Park Boys?
Yeah.
Libertarians right after seeing Chase Oliver land the LP nomination for president. And Ricky's saying, "Man, maybe I am a conservative."
Which, by the way, Ricky had no problems with gay people. Ricky is an idiot, but I don't think he had any type of like malice in his heart towards anybody different than him just because they're different than him. I don't like this.
I'm happy you're admitting that you're a conservative. Like, nothing pleases me more when some young, like, epic, internet poisoned fash guy just gives me bog standard suburban Republican talking points.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you're trying really hard with the aesthetic to be dangerous or scary or whatever, but you're just repeating stuff I read in letters to the editor when I was 12 years old.
Yeah.
You like are giving one of the most common political viewpoints in this country. You're not subversive or pushing the Overton window or whatever you think you're doing. You're just a conservative.
Like, you're saying you're punk because you listen to American Idiot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's not quite the same, bud.
Yeah, libertarian candidates posted about Chase Oliver. Here it is. In 2022, he ran again as a libertarian against incumbent Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock and Republican challenger and former University of Georgia football star Herschel Walker. In October 2022, he appeared alongside Mr. Warnock after Mr. Walker opted not to attend a debate. That triggered a December runoff between Warnock and Walker because Georgia law requires a candidate to receive an outright majority. Yeah, so that's like one of his. I actually found out about this guy because, while I was looking through libertarian stuff, I found the Libertarian Emo podcast.
Hell yeah.
Which doesn't really seem to be about emo that much. He just like wears black t-shirts while he talks to Libertarian Party celebrities.
Is this person like, is this like 95 to 2000 emo, or is it like 2003 to like current emo?
It's like Blink-182 emo.
Ooh. It's just Hot Topic. It's Hot Topic emo.
Yeah, I would say, but even like more popular than Hot Topic emo. I would say it's like, My Chemical Romance emo,
Yeah.
That was a movement. Charles Randall, whose avatar is the pride flag crossed out, but it's still like, I just see a rainbow. It looks like a pride railroad crossing sign.
This is actually the proposed flag for cis men who are into kink that want to be considered part of pride. Cis men who think that having a kink makes them queer. That the black X actually represents them.
Yeah, the two crossed stripes across the pride flag represent when you get overdrafted from your checking account by your financial dominatrix.
Yeah, this is the fat Mike representation of the pride flag. Finally the revision we wanted on the pride flag.
Johnny Doe says, "What the fuck?" Because this is under this comment where it's individuals own their bodies. So when he changed the Libertarian candidate's avatar to the pride flag, there's also a statement that accompanied it, the Libertarian platform statement in favor of gay rights that, talks about freedom of, sexuality and you got to get freedom for your body and all that. And Johnny Doe says, "What the fuck?" And Libertarian candidates replies, "Huh? What's confusing about a 2-year-old post quoting the platform of the party?" And Johnny Doe says, "I am like, why, ... We should not be playing identity politics or pandering to the LGBT people. Don't tell me that the Libertarian Party will be falling for intersectionality BS. Just stop it. This now 2 years old post should be gone by now." And this is really important when you're starting a political party. You want to make sure all the right people are excluded.
Yeah, gotta make it clear.
You absolutely do not want any sort of intersectionality or any sort of communion across ethnic, gender, sexual lines, okay? The whole point of being a libertarian means I get to hate people and never interact with them except in like a disdainful manner.
Yeah. Duh.
It's so funny. As a libertarian, I think we should not be reaching out to millions of people. It's just extremely fun. As a libertarian, are you sure we should be looking for more people to be in our movement? Isn't that kind of not what libertarianism is about?
But that whole thing, that whole mentality is convincing. They're convinced that they are the silent majority, that there are plenty of people like them. So like we don't need to bring in. Listen, I'm an everyday American man. I'm an everyday American. This is what American men are like. We don't need to bring in the gays.
It is, like Robin says here, individuals only. Okay, that is what that is who the Libertarian Party defends is individuals, and it's my individual right to be grossed out by you guys.
Yeah, and listen, Johnny, you could write yuck underneath it, but you don't need to ask what the fuck, because the answer of what the fuck is, autonomy and having rights over your own body.
So that's the Libertarian candidate for president. I mean, again, he seems like a good guy who has some good policies. I'm glad he won. The Libertarian Party.
Yeah.
Like that, I have a small amount of respect for the people who voted for them. It does seem to be a principled vote, not based on aesthetics for once. But yeah, good luck to Chase Oliver in the general election.
How many guys do you think thought that like their grunt style shirt they purchased was supposed to offset that vote? They're like, wait, hold on. I drink Black Rifle Coffee Co. this morning. Why? I thought that counteracted that vote. What's happening here?
Let's move on to the next segment.
I'm so excited about
I have
this.
prepared here. This is the conservative goths segment. So if you're
maybe AI is not as bad as I thought it was.
okay, yeah, I need to. This is one I found late, so it's like out of order because it's the most recent one I found. Just like I've been a member of this group for 2 weeks total. I like a week and a half, and I'm just always finding stuff worth saving for posterity. And this is one now. Yeah, an AI meme of Kamala Harris on her knees with her mouth and tongue sticking out at you, like the viewer. Top text: Kamala can't talk right now. Bottom text: she's at a baby shower.
Is that because like cum is babies?
Oh wow, is a cum shot a baby shower?
I think a cum shot's a baby shower.
I've never heard that joke, but that's a good one, Tony. But no, I don't think that's the joke there. I know it's because she eats babies. She sucks the adrenochrome out of children, bro. Of course.
So I shouldn't ask Short if she wants to come over and guess the melted chocolate bar.
Maybe she could get the adrenochrome via a different access point on you, Tony. Maybe you could work something out that would.
Well, I can't offer adrenochrome because I'm not afraid of death. So that's why I don't produce adrenochrome.
Yeah, that is why in Equilibrium they're not allowed to have emotions. They've mastered their emotions, and so the sicko elites can't have their adrenochrome.
I'm really happy that you got the memo for Brian that the flub heads are coming over. So put some perv shit on there.
Yeah, exactly. This is what these guys like.
You're welcome.
Yeah, no, this is what a crazy bait and switch. You made an AI of Kamala Harris on her knees. Like, I mean, to get crass here, like that's Kamala Harris's nickname among the right wing is she's, Kamala Blowjob Harris. She got there's memes of her under a desk. There's memes of her on her knees. You made AI do her on her knees with her mouth open. Like this is a bukkake face. This is a porn bukkake face. But then you made it about eating babies.
That's so fucking funny.
It is. I mean, it does describe this. I think the psychosexual link between the QAnon stuff and the rest of their ideology. Like obviously you look at this picture of Kamala Harris gaping her mouth open, and you know what the first thing that comes to mind is
eating babies.
Babies.
It's fine. I hate Kamala Harris more than most, but they really did her dirty with this one. Her chin neck thing looks crazy. That looks nuts.
Yeah, because AI doesn't have an image of Kamala Harris being on all fours and then craning her neck up to look at you to reference, to steal from. So they just put a front look at Kamala Harris on top of her body. Very odd, but yeah. And then Rune Jeremy, who shared this, captioned his post, Kamala.
Boom. You don't need to say anything else.
It says it all.
No, I didn't say anything else. I love it.
But okay, so background on conservative goths. We've talked about conservative pagans and conservative witches. We've talked about pro-life punks. We've talked about what are some other conservative subgenre? We have talked about conservative punk. We had an episode with Chris from Chapo where we went through conservative punk and hardcore from the 2000s and even some modern stuff. So yeah, look, I can't remember what that episode is called, but if you search Minion Death Cult and conservative punk or conservative hardcore, you'll probably find it. We haven't talked about conservative goths yet. So I had to join.
I'm so excited because the two things I'm a huge fan of are goth titties and conservative titties. So conservative goth titties are just going to be so cool.
Oh, you're
gonna. I'm really just talking about Meghan McCain, but you know, also goth titties are cool too.
You're gonna
So,
love this group, dude.
I'm so excited.
But these are the questions that I had to answer to get in the group. Where do you stand politically? And I put conservative, libertarian.
That's right.
Uh,
I didn't vote for that ferry in Florida. I didn't do it.
and then I put, what's your stance on goth and dark subculture? And I should have said, well, it's conservative to its core, obviously.
Yeah.
That's definitely the way I would view the occult influence on fashion. It's traditional. It's traditional from, you know, the 1600s. But yeah, what's your stance on Garth? I put, I was born into the darkness. Others merely adopted it. ...
I would love it if there was like a dialogue here and they were like, "Oh, Batman, nice," and you're like, "What? What do you mean? This is just me. This is my truth."
I was born into being born into the darkness. Others merely adopted being born into the darkness, like Bane. Bane actually did cultural appropriation on goths.
Yeah, so true. Industrial goth, to be specific.
Okay, and then at the same time, I joined a different Republican punks group that I haven't been a part of.
You're too good at this. You're too good at this.
It says, "Why do you want to join this group?" And I put for some good memes and some good tunes. And
Hell
then
yeah!
I did
Hell
a
yeah!
rock on emoji. I'm still a conservative libertarian in this one, even though it's Republican punks. I know I'll get in. If I put libertarian, they're gonna love me. I'm gonna be like a celebrity in there. And then what's your favorite band? The Ramones. I could have put Sex Pistols.
You played it really safe here.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't go Pennywise.
Oh, that could be Pennywise, but I wish it was instead of PW. I wish it were WP.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Do you remember that? Do you remember people try to say that?
That it stood for W. The WP was there. No.
Yeah, because Pennywise had like a PW as their logo, kind of like a graph looking PW.
It looked like the Volkswagen symbol.
Yeah, exactly.
But with PW, yeah.
But people would say that it meant white power, and I was like, I don't know.
No.
I've only heard great things from. I think Pennywise is good. They have their fans are bad.
Their only fault is that they're from Orange County. That's the only thing they did wrong was be from Orange County.
Yeah. So yes, they're Nazis because they're from Orange County, but they're still good, I think. And this is the cover photo for Republican punks.
Yeah, dog.
It's got the anti-communist symbol. It's got the anarchy, and then an American flag pin, and then a "Punk's Not Dead" pin. Who makes the "Punk's Not Dead" pin?
Me.
I know this is an old saying, "Punk's not dead." It's what, like the name of an album too, I think. But
it's got to be the name of several albums.
But this looks too style. This looks like a brand. Punk's not dead. Anyway. And then there's a fake pin right under this.
That one's the best one.
That says, "Free speech is more important than speech itself."
It's great because I think they're all fake pins, right? They're all look like they're kind of photoshopped on there. But this one, they just didn't even try to, I don't know. You could have at least centered it a little bit.
Yeah, they just did Arial font in Photoshop or GIMP. And I like that there's another pin that has a crossed out side, but we can't see it because it's cut off. And you're like, oh, they're probably anti-Nazi too, because Nazi punks fuck off. And we're Republican punks. We don't like communists or Nazis. But no, if you look at it closely, I'm almost positive this is the Antifa flag that's being crossed out by the other pin. So yeah, we're not communists. Definitely not Antifa.
It's so funny because
what's the other option?
Yeah, it's so funny because this is so mall punk, so aesthetic punk, where you have the anarchy symbol, but you just have no idea what it actually means. You just associate it with punk.
You have the anarchy symbol right next to the American flag.
Yeah, yeah.
You fucking loser.
And that's like a pin too. That's like the lapel pin the president wears. It's
like an enamel. It's a die cut enamel pin.
So good.
And here's a meme from Republican punks. So this is what Republican punks stand for. So I gotta Okay, I'll just read the meme. Okay, so the meme is like it's like a a magazine illustration from the 50s. It's advertisement most likely for Coca-Cola because they're all holding like Coca-Cola style bottles, even though the label is kind of obscured, possibly edited out. But it's an outside barbecue. We've probably all seen this meme. It's a family, whatever, engaging in having a barbecue. And this meme says, "Not divorced" in impact font, pointing at one of the couples. And then it says meat, and it's pointing at the burgers they're eating. And then in another couple, it says dating member of same race. And I think this is like brother and sister, possibly, but maybe they're together. I don't know. The point is they're both white folks.
Yes.
And then pointing at another kid, it says not transgender.
And I gotta be honest. Like if I'm looking at this kid, that's a trans mass kid for sure. That's what we're looking at. They look great. Good for them. Also,
sharp.
I've never felt more attacked by a meme.
But sure.
Literally, I miss every single point.
And then
I miss every single point in there.
And then, of course, there's a baby in a crib in the background, and there's impact font that says "white baby," pointing at it.
White baby.
But I am a big winner. It says, that white baby is trans though. It's white though, so you take what you can get.
So good.
So this is what being a Republican punk is all about. A 1950s style barbecue with zero members of any other race.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we can agree the suburbs are the new punk rock, right?
I think absolutely, yeah. They're probably listening to Crass in this photo.
Okay, back to conservative goths though. You ready for this, Tony?
Yes. I wasn't ready. I thought I was ready. I was not ready. Another W for AI? Wow, it's 2 in a row.
I don't know if this is AI or actual Photoshop job. I can't read the shirt. It might be a fake shirt, but it looks like it could be real. It's like a goth model with AOC's face on it.
Yeah.
But her face is goth too. Her face has been altered, she's got the super white foundation and then like super dark eyeliner and lipstick and all that. And if this were like what conservative goths were all about, like let's just post goth babes, I would be like, I understand why this group exists.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
Somebody, Robert Lee underneath says AOC. And I think he's right that is AOC.
Yeah.
Robert Lee, is this like the Misfits guy with Trump's face over it?
That's exactly what it is. I think it's the other way around. I think it's Trump's face with the Misfits guy over it. But yes,
it's the Fiend from the Misfits with Trump's.
That's probably way more common. Way more people probably have that than we want to admit.
If anyone would recognize AOC when he sees her, it's the guy with the Trump Fiend Club Misfits rip. I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised I haven't seen this shirt. I'm surprised somebody's not selling this shirt because I mean, like, how do you? I
am broke. I do need a grift right now.
How do you make the Misfits Fiend more punk while you put the most punk rock politician over him? Okay. Matt Bowman posting conservative goths. Does anyone know any metalcore bands that aren't woke?
I think all of them, right?
No, there's some bad metalcore bands. There's some like, racist metalcore bands and
no, I'm saying that aren't woke. Yeah, I think aren't all of them like not woke?
it's very I
isn't
don't know
like,
if, like
the biggest one, the lead singer like very publicly like, yeah, I assault women. You got a problem with it? I'm cool.
I think you might be thinking of pop punk or easy core.
No, I'm thinking of that guy with the long hair and the face tattoos. He's always like trolling people online and has like a bunch of assault allegations against him.
Yeah, we don't need to say his name.
I don't even, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that guy.
That's who I associate with metalcore.
Okay.
That and the guy that doesn't use a mic because he's so epic.
But I think fans of Man, what's that band's name? Escape the Fate, or no? It's Alex Terrible's band. What is that fucking band called?
Sure.
Vocalist for who? Let's see. Slaughter to Prevail.
Yeah.
Like, I think that Slaughter to Prevail fans would call Falling in Reverse fans posers.
Okay.
Like, I think Slaughter to Prevail is probably closer to actual metalcore, modern metalcore, than what Falling in Reverse is, which is who you were talking about. But, like, yeah, famous musicians, they're not saying the F slur in their songs. Where can I find a popular musician whose goal is to offend people with all? Well, I guess like metal, you could listen to like any death metal record and hear about people being ripped limb from limb. That's not very woke, you know.
Well, the problem is I just need a shirt that has in very large print something offensive on it. I just need a shirt that I can say, like, you know, something like a slur or like something about, like, you know, rape, something about that really large and really big bold. I need that is what I need. And I need it to be purple, the font to be purple or maybe gold foil.
Halcyon says Slaughter to Prevail is deathcore. Yeah, that's why it's bad. Okay. That's...
I never know what these kids are talking about these days. I just never know.
I was there for the rise of deathcore and I hated every moment of it. I'm just going to be honest. There was a lot of good metalcore happening, and then deathcore started happening, and I was like, oh, no. And I couldn't stop it.
Godflesh isn't deathcore?
Yeah, Godflesh is actually post-deathcore. Yeah, Earth Crisis is a fascist band. They're eco-fascist.
Yeah, the cool kind of fascist.
They're like Malthusians. They're like hardcore anti-civ, anti-human Malthusians.
Yeah. And they're right. We do need a firestorm. Like, hello.
Okay, but let's try to find a metalcore band that's not woke. Let's see what the comments say. Jody says, somebody said Creed. Somebody said Creed as a metalcore band that wasn't woke. And Jody says they don't listen to Creed anymore. How Creed came to be successful is the main reason I won't listen to them. They abandoned their Christian message and literally signed their first record deal with their own blood.
Is that like a lore about Creed?
I don't know. Let me see this record signing.
Because I know like literally doesn't mean literally anymore, but I mean it looks like they're trying to use it literally.
So there's like video. There's like a video I could watch or a Reddit thread I could look at. There's no, it's from Wikipedia maybe? Let me see if I can search the Wikipedia real quick for it. Blood. There's zero mention of blood on the Creed Wikipedia. So I don't know if this is true, but on Reddit it says, in 1997, Scott Stapp and Brian Marshall of the rock band Creed originally signed their record contract in blood, causing it to need to be reprinted. Of course, like, the weird Christian band are the ones who would sign there are the nerds that would sign their record contract in blood. But this
just
is
to
like,
be like, hey, this is actually not binding because it kind of disappeared a little bit. It's not legible anymore.
That's one of the most goth things I've ever heard. Signing your record deal in blood. Not welcome in conservative goths. Somebody wow reacted this. Somebody was like, oh my God, I didn't know Creed did that. Not safe to listen to Creed anymore, folks.
I'll say it. Creed's going to hit a little different next time I listen. I'm excited.
I liked this meme. Zale says, when you tell the goth girl that you're, quote, down for whatever. And it's what's her face from The Craft. Firuza Balk, is that her name?
I think so.
We love her. And somebody in the comments says, if she looks like that, you're going to lose a pet to the microwave when she has a tantrum. which is funny, but you're also in the conservative goth space. You're in a goth Facebook group. A lot of the goth Facebook group is just guys talking about how crazy women are or talking about how we need to return to traditional marriage. So I thought that was it, because this is like, okay, fine. Like this could be a self-aware meme. Like, oh, I'm going to get crazy because I'm a goth, you know?
Yeah.
But Ed's like, well, that's not very fun for the man in the situation.
And then obviously you're not down for whatever if you're not going to let them microwave your cat.
True.
You know?
I didn't put this person's name because I don't want to shame them too hard. But this
I'm
post
so bummed right now.
Conservative Goths. Oh, OMG. Hi, everyone. I'm so glad I found this group. Mostly all the Goths / alts are woke lefties, and I felt really alone because I'm in alt girl groups that are filled with men LARPing as women. So it's super nice to be around some like-minded alternatives, especially since alt culture and wokeness go hand in hand these days, and I hate having to deal with it just to be around people of dark aesthetics. Thanks for accepting me. I'm super happy to be here.
I'm so sad. I'm so sad about this.
She's a black girl where she does like, it looks like, I don't know if you call this cosplay, but like, you know, dress up photo shoot goth stuff.
To be like, I don't know. You suck. You suck so bad. Like to be a young alt black girl and to be like anti-trans, it's so fucked. You're so lame. You're so fucking lame. I guess you'd have to be super Christian.
It's like she's like the black nerd among black nerds.
Yes.
She's like, oh, the black nerds are too woke for me. I guess I'm just not welcome anywhere.
Yeah, she's like the weeb who's like, oh, I don't know about all this gratuitous sexuality inside of my anime. I don't really like that. If it's not pushing the plot forward, I don't need to see jiggly tits.
This was posted in the Conservative Goths Facebook group. It says, leave the kids alone, but it's an AI meme of a small child vomiting up a copious amount of rainbow colored fluid. Again, like conservatives not just like make up stuff to get mad at. You like make up children to be abused.
Yeah.
You're like programming. And this is what I said about the weirdo freaks on Twitter who are like, think they're pedophile hunters or whatever and are posting child porn as like a quote awareness or whatever. Like that is going to be the function of AI, is to just like create kids entirely out of whole cloth to be abused for like the political fantasies of the right wing.
Yep.
This is because it's like a distressing image. It's not just like a kid sad.
It reminds me of like
it's like a kid like you've been here. You know what this is like. The liquid's coming out of your nose too.
It reminds me of like like an Alex Purdy illustration or something like that type of like pop art era of the weird goth stuff. It's funny because it's like it's not bad. You know, it's like not bad. It's just so funny. Like the implication with the leave the kids alone is so.
Well, it's coherent. I can see everything that's happening in it. But it's like meant to be a shocking, disturbing image because you're watching like a child in distress. I don't know. Very, very weird. So speaking of children in distress, Carl Heinz posts a meme that's, what's her name? What's this minor actress's name?
I really should remember, and if my kid found out I forgot her name, she's gonna be really upset.
From Wednesday. It's Wednesday Addams. What's this actress? Jenna Ortega.
Thank you.
From the Addams Family, taking a selfie with the bottom text in impact font, "Selfie day, show yourself." And again, this is Carl Heinz posting this, who is an adult man named Carl Heinz, posting a photo of, I don't know, an underage goth girl. Hey, everybody, we're all just underage goth girls here. Post your favorite selfie.
Yeah, this is me, Jenna Ortega, this girl who you're very familiar with.
Like it should be illegal for you to say selfie day and you didn't post a selfie.
Yeah, absolutely. That kind of bait's just not cool.
Like you're a predator if you're doing that. You're a predator of some kind. Yeah, I don't need to know the specifics.
This guy out here tweeting like, I've never seen an underage goth girl look good.
Oh, this is from an account called Gothic Ravens. What do you think? They just post goth girls?
You can't just put a watermark over someone else's photo and call it. What are you talking about?
And then you go to Carl Heinz Facebook page. Oh, okay. He's got Jenna Ortega as his cover photo. Very, very interesting.
That's
is what
not the weird part.
I think Carl Heinz might be a conservative libertarian. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and guess with the bow tie.
This looks like the beard and bow tie of a man who is a conservative libertarian, posing with his dad. And the frame says, "I love my dad." So no shots at loving your dad. That's not gay. It's not weird. That's not neither goth nor normie nor conservative nor lib. We can all agree with loving this guy's dad. He looks cool.
It's cool to love your dad. It's cool to love your dad, but this is also just interesting. It's just an interesting route to go, bud.
It sucks. It sucks. There he is.
Oh, it's a
wow.
The American, you love Israel more than your dad, apparently.
The American right winger who's obsessed with underage actresses also stands with Israel. Whoa,
also, that's so weird,
so crazy. Yeah, and the stand with Israel cover, the frame has the Israeli flag blocking his dad's face in the same photo. And here's another post from Carl Heinitz. It is, what if Captain America merged with fucking Boba Fett?
That'd be so fucking epic. That'd be you know what? That's the way. That's what.
Oh, is this Mandalorian, not Boba Fett? Did I get that
I don't know. I'm not going to claim to know anything about Star Wars anymore.
Oh, that was a good flub. I hope all the flub heads enjoyed Tony's Star Wars flub.
Oh, they missed it. Oh, they missed that flub.
I think this is because he's got the thing on his head. I think this is the original Boba Fett.
Well, I mean, it's clearly the Captain America original. But
Boba Fett. Sorry, it's Boba Fett in the Captain America colors. Just about the coolest thing I could possibly imagine. And yeah, the meme says American is not a race; it is a creed, or it's a creed. So I mean,
in theory, racist. that's kind of cool. It's cool that you're not being racist about American. That's kind of cool. I respect that, but I still don't think you mean it. I don't think you mean what I want you to mean by it.
Okay, I have this comment here, and I'm not sure what the context is. Yeah, okay, I think I remember. Let me see if I can. Okay, I don't remember exactly what the post was, but it was something about gender and something about men like wearing women's clothing. Like, and I don't just mean trans people. It might have been like about cross-dressing or something like that.
Or it might have been about some real goths. Real goth men wearing blouses.
William says, nope. Not even when I was clean shaven, had long hair, and wore a skirt. Real goths don't buy into all that gender bollocks. A man in a skirt is still a man. So this is it, like whatever it was, whatever post it was, talking about rigorous gender role. How goths love rigorous gender roles. Actually, that's one thing they're all about.
Yeah.
But I love this guy had long hair and wore a skirt, but still desperate to like call people the F slur. Like, what is wrong? This is what's wrong with Gen X. Like, I'm like, not all Gen X. I'm not saying all Gen X. I'm not saying that.
I'm saying most.
The ones who have this, there's guys that have this thing wrong with them.
Yeah.
Like the idea that they did everything they knew how to be a punk or be a subversive or be a gender bender the right way. And now everybody's doing it and it's getting too crazy. And like, maybe we're responsible. Maybe as Gen X, maybe we're responsible for this and it's our responsibility to fix it.
Yeah. There's also this element of just like, you said like they did it all right. And like everyone, like your experience is the experience everyone should have. Cause he's over here saying, I wore a skirt. I'm still a man, which is you like kind of having a weird insecurity in your gender while wearing a skirt where you still have to like validate you're a man, but you're also trying to use your experience to invalidate other people.
Totally.
Because you're like, I put on a skirt and I was still a man that day. It's like, yeah, good for you, bro. That's great.
That was always allowed.
Yeah, that was always allowed. That's always been a fine thing to do. But like, why are you projecting your experience so hard on other people?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he was more open-minded when he was younger, and now he's trying to rationalize that with his current viewpoints. Go ahead.
You know, I remember I like lived with a guy who was like like an alt goth guy, edgy guy, and he would whenever he would wear a skirt, and he would always make a point to be like, because I didn't care obviously, but he would always be like, I'm wearing a skirt, yeah, and it's a woman's skirt, yeah, I'm wearing, but I'm still a man. That guy ended up being an awful human being, believe it or not. Did I ever tell you about the awful I told you the saddest story about the kittens ever?
Yeah.
That's that guy. That's that guy.
Crazy. But I love real goths don't buy into that gender bollocks. What he means is real goths that by gender bollocks, by gender nonsense, he means the idea that gender is an expression. We don't buy into that gender stuff. We know that there is a specific way you have to act, the specific way that genders are, and that's just the way they are. I don't know, like if there's gender bullshit, it is like the gender binary. It is the idea that men wear pants and women wear skirts. Like that is the gender bullshit.
But also like the thing about, because you're golf, you're trying to do that. You need those to be the rules so that you can break them.
Yeah,
maybe. But they're not breaking them in a sense of like embracing it and a positive like expression. It's like I just don't give a fuck.
So I went to his page. That's what William Weeks
Hell. Whoa,
like.
I wish you would have shown me that before we made fun of him publicly. I'm terrified now.
He's got like the Sauron gauntlet on. It's like a leather daddy with spikes gauntlet, and he's using that gauntleted hand to hold a samurai sword and also a revolver with the other hand. Yes, he is wearing either a fedora or a bowler hat. Yes, he does have mutton chops. Yes, he is wearing some sort of Jack Skellington button-up shirt open. And underneath it, another skeleton shirt.
The one where it is your skeleton on your shirt. Fuck yeah. Like I said, this guy is gonna annihilate me. I'm terrified now.
This is a man who does not fuck with that gender bullshit. This is the most this is literally the most male thing I've ever seen. If you are currently exploring your identity, your gender identity, and you're feeling a little masculine, you're feeling like you might want to go boy mode, this is the ultimate boy mode.
I will say
this is the way to become pure boy.
I have felt much more masculine since I acquired a sword. I do have a sword, and I've just felt much more confident in my masculinity ever since then. So get a sword.
He's I think he's like, and let me read his bio. Raconteur, gadabout, peregrinator, and dreamer of dreams.
I don't know what any of that means.
My IQ, it's because, Tony, my IQ is room temperature, in Kelvin.
Oh, this is too smart for me. I apologize. Amazing.
That's a good own. See, I thought when he said my IQ is room temperature, I went, aha, there was your first mistake.
Yeah.
But then he said Kelvin, and I'm like, God damn it. But he's like advertising for a business called the Pie Wick. It's you can't see it because the cover photo is cut off, but it's the Pie, and then the last word is Wick, WICH.
Yeah.
It's not witch.
Not witch. Yeah.
But it's supposed to be the Pie Witch.
Yeah.
Because it's like they're marketing it as pie sandwiches.
Pie sandwiches.
But it took me so long to figure out that's what they were going for, because Pie Witch isn't one word. It's pie and then witch, and then it's pie and then wick, and then their logo's a witch. And I was like, what is happening here? What are you guys trying to do?
I'm gonna need a little illustration of a pie sandwich.
Isn't it just a pie? Isn't it just a pie already like a sandwich? I don't know.
We're not going to start that debate. Is a pie a sandwich? We're not going to break the internet with that one. But I do. This guy is a fucking Portlandia skit.
Yeah.
I love that he's in Portland. That's so funny. So you didn't give me any pictures of pie sandwiches?
Sorry, bud.
What the fuck? I'm looking up the pie witch right now.
Okay, this is the post. Colin says, did anyone here get actual misgendered in your goth days? I was doing the full-on emo look at 12 years old pre-puberty and was mistaken for a girl on a few occasions by old people crying or sad face. Yeah, this is an interesting question. Goths were called fucking gay.
Yeah.
Goths were called queer. Goths were called all sorts of names. Goths were misgendered, yada, yada, yada. And it's like, do you not remember what that felt like? Do you not remember how antisocial that kind of behavior is? You know, I mean, you're the goth, so you're looking for antisocial behavior, I guess. But yeah, some of these responses. Paul says, I was never, quote, misgendered, parentheses. That silly term didn't even exist 40 plus years ago. I was called a sissy, F-slur, queer, you name it. And then Steven says, same here, called derogatory names and assumed I was gay. I was also, quote, friend zoned because of it by girls. See, that's the tragedy that nobody really talks about. I even had some friends think I was. Nope, just a severely introverted goth kid. What's funny is they're like, no, misgendering, that didn't exist. People didn't care about your gender, yada, yada, yada. They just called us the normal gay slurs. And it's like, well, the normal gay slurs now are anti-trans slurs. Mm-hmm. So that's what like young alt kids are. They are getting, quote, misgendered. Yeah. No, they're getting, accosted and shit.
Just for the record, I did look it up. They're just like hand pies, like a hand pie. So they're like, and they look terrible. They look really bad. I've never seen a worse looking crust. It looks disgusting.
Paulie says chicks love goth dudes, though. Is that true, Tony? Is that your experience?
Yeah. I mean, the goth chicks love. I mean, they're supposed to. I like my first like serious girlfriend. She was so goth. She was so goth that her current job is running a funeral home. And me not being goth enough was kind of a big deal. I was too hardcore, not like goth. Like just because I painted my nails, it wasn't enough.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I respect it.
Yeah, I don't know. I was never okay. I guess we didn't talk about this. I was never like a goth. I was like a hardcore kid and an emo kid, but I wasn't like not an emo kid the way they do it now. I dyed my hair black. I had black hair for like freshman, sophomore, maybe even junior year, like kind of floppy, fringy, black hair, and I wore all black. But it was like I wasn't goth. I was just into hardcore and punk and like some emo stuff. But I would have been probably called goth by the normie girls, and I did have some ladies interested in me in high school. But they all had real boyfriends who were actually on the varsity baseball team. So they would just like flirt with me and then they would go away for a weekend with their boyfriend in the cabin or whatever. So that was a fun time for me.
So you also got friend zoned because you were goth. That's you and Steven.
I got friend zoned because I was on JV instead of varsity.
Oh, that's true.
But that's true. Totally understandable.
I'm picturing some like goth stud on the varsity team. Just super goth, like just like swept hair under the baseball cap, really pasty.
Yeah, that'd be cool if there was a goth guy on a baseball team. Wow.
Every once in a while, I do step out pretty goth though. Still to this day, I get a little goth here and there.
Paul Metzger, this guy in the conservative goths group. I went to see what else he posted. Oh, he posted, "It's okay to be Christian." Cross symbol. This is like what a lot of these people seem to be in this conservative goths group seem like people who maybe were goth at one point, but right now they're just like Hot Topic conservatives. And by that, I don't mean Hot Topic like they shop at Hot Topic. I mean like conservatism is a kind of hot topic for them, where they can gather merchandise and pretend to be part of a subculture.
Totally.
You know? They're part of the Let's Go Brandon movement or whatever.
It's that thing where you've done this and this has become like your personality trait now. This has become like part of your identity.
Yeah.
Because you can buy merch for it, like you said.
Oh yeah, I didn't really mean to end on this one, but yeah, conservative goths, Kendall Sage posted, sorry if this is too much for the group. This just made me laugh. And it's Dylan Mulvaney saying only God can judge me. Definitely something that Dylan Mulvaney said. And then the bottom text, it has God saying fucking F slur.
Jesus.
So, yeah, this is like what gets posted in the conservative goths is it's just a nonstop barrage of like anti-woman, anti-gay, anti-trans stuff. And like this was probably the most revealing thread about people who got misgendered. I think these goths are just the goths who got made fun of, but then actually went like the stereotypical goth route, which is like, well, I'm going to get revenge on everybody. You know, which you don't like actually see happen, at least in, well, if you went to Redlands, East Valley, you did see that one time. Because that guy was Damien. That guy was a goth, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Damien, who killed his girlfriend, this guy from our high school. He was like a fishnet goth, I think.
Yeah, I knew Damien since I was like in 3rd grade.
That's fucking I didn't know. Yeah. He was friends with like Shayna.
He went to Catholic school with me.
Cool.
Yeah, he went to Catholic school with me.
That's the order it's supposed to go in. You're supposed to be raised Catholic, therefore you turn into a goth. You're not supposed to be raised goth, therefore you turn into a fucking conservative.
I will say the good thing about that, the Dylan Mulvaney meme, is that it's obviously fake because, as we all know, God's a woman,
right?
And that was not a woman in that picture.
But yeah, it does seem like a big tenet of conservative gothiness is being a Christian.
Yeah,
being a Christian for some reason. Bizarre. You know, it's full of guys like this. They just like, I'm looking at your profile pic. You're not a goth. Like, I don't like.
Yeah. Why am I looking at lime green on your shirt, bud?
It's definitely guys. It's not only was it revealing about, you know, people who got picked on in high school, you know, and now they want to assert their dominance over whatever marginalized group is there. This is why all these guys are in this group.
Yeah.
They're in here for selfie day. Come on.
They're there for the
gals. Let's do it.
They're there for the joke I started it with. You know, it's like that's exactly why they're there. And it's funny because it's like, can't you just go find that? Can't you just go? You can go on any website where posting happens and like look up hot goth, and like you're gonna find. You don't have to do this.
The AI, buddy, just go to AI.
Just go to AI. Just make it happen.
Goth AOC over and over and over.
Hey, can you send me the photo of Kamala on her knees with her mouth open? Cool. I'm gonna have to edit those words out to do the job, but it's gonna be cool. Okay, well, it's been so lovely to chat with everybody. Thank you for the guys. Yeah. Parentheses ungendered for coming over here, for rating us, for sticking around. We do this in podcast form 3 times a week. We have a live stream on Saturdays. We normally don't do Sundays, but you know we're getting our footing with Twitch and all that. So we decided to do an extra day, and I had some stuff to talk about, but we are here every Saturday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time doing something very similar to this, covering a few topics and the derangement surrounding them. We also talk about music and movies and other stuff we actually like. But yeah, thanks for joining. Thanks to all the Patreon supporters who are here as well. Please subscribe on YouTube or on Twitch if you haven't done so already. Great talking to everybody. Hope you have a good night. Yeah, peace. Thanks for hanging out. Good times. Bye. Bye.